Alright, final quest, Apolimeshos. This is going to go really poorly because Apolimesho is completely underleveled. Apolimesho was quiet when Saren approached him at dawn. He scowled once before leading him from camp and into the wilderness. Their journey was more of the same, long stretches of walking with absolutely no words in between. They traveled into Mount Kronos. Saren was not looking forward to the climb or the cold. After some time, Saren dared to speak up as they approached the side of the cliff. Where are we going?
Never you mind. You're here to assist me, not to ask questions.
I've been quiet so far. The least you owe me is some explanations.
No, I do not.
Please, I've come this far, Apolimesho grumbled.
We are almost there, and we will search the Tomb of the Fallen.
Saren had heard of it. It was a massive tomb full of war heroes. They were buried with nothing but the clothes on their backs. What do you plan to find there? Apolimesho said nothing and continued to hike. You're not looking for something, but someone. Apolimesho stopped and turned around. He gave Saren a long look.
We must be hastier.
Before the old wizard could press on, however, their way was blocked by unfriendly company.
Oh dear.
This probably is not going to go the way I hope it will. I am really trying to... Oh, God. Wow! These guys decimated us! Okay. There's a healer. We gotta drop that healer quickly. That was my problem last time, was I didn't drop the healer right away.
You forfeited your life.
And you gotta heal yourself, buddy. And now, drop him! Alright. Is there a heal? No. Okay. And we'll just have to flood them one by one! Healing! Flood! Flood! Oh my fucking god. Really right now, guys? Really with this shit? I literally am having to heal you constantly at the moment. Saren, this should not be a thing. Ah, damn it. Heal. Guard. Flood him. Flood him. And no, wait. I should do this. Disgusting. Drop that guy. Now we're gonna flood. Oh my god, this is fucking ridiculous. Okay. Magic bolt him. Magic bolt him. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Magic bolt. Magic bolt. I actually wanted to use this. There we go. Now magic bolt. We win! Hooray! This is not gonna be easy. The orcs were slain. Apolimesho was worn from the climb and the battle. Are you well?
I am. No more dallying, onwards.
The old man did not stop to recover, even though Saren knew he needed to. They passed many obscure caves and burial sites in search of the mass tomb. At last they made it. When they reached the door, Apolimesho braced himself to catch his breath. Have some of my water. Apolimesho dismissed him. Saren was offended until he realized that his water canteen was frozen solid. There must have been something that Saren could do to help Apolimesho. The tomb was larger than Saren ever imagined. Small, utilitarian coffins lined the walls. There must be thousands of bodies here.
Tens of thousands.
Burials were rare in Avervorn, but the monks of the mountain had made an effort to preserve the bodies of fallen soldiers to honor them. It was almost in vain, as the way to visit the dead was too plagued by the very reason they were often burned. Beware!
I have them.
Oh dear. We gotta drop this sorcerer, like, right away. And we're not gonna be able to drop him right away because of his fucking heals. Drop! Good. Okay. Now heal yourself. Okay. Now Apolimesho. Fuck it. Flood him. And this guy will almost be down. Boom. And now we can throw a item here at you and finish him off. We win! Yay! Flood was useful. The battle wore Apolimesho down even further, and he was forced to take a moment to recover. Saren watched him closely. Why are you pushing yourself so much? The dead here have not left.
At my age, everything is a race against time.
Apolimesho slowly started to search the names on each coffin.
Your assistance is now required. I am looking for the name of Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn? Apolimesho turned away. Saren was determined to finally be of use to Apolimesho and began his own search in a separate part of the tomb. Hours upon hours passed. Names began to blur together. Oh, God. Here it is. Saren almost passed up Gwendolyn's name when he finally found it, and then he could not believe it. Sir! Sir! Apolimesho had long disappeared, but he rushed into sight at Saren's call. He hobbled forward, leaning heavily on his staff.
Please, tell me you have...
Saren pointed at the tomb. Apolimesho grasped its end with disbelief. A smile formed on his face, a rare sight for Saren. Who is she? Apolimesho promptly pulled the coffin out with Saren's help and opened it. After the dust cleared, a sleeping skeleton was before them, hands crossed and dressed in tattered clothing.
It is my daughter.
The wizard reached into his robes and procured a bottled potion. He opened it with a squeak. Saren recognized the turquoise color and immediately grabbed hand before he could act. Wait! Are you sure this is wise?
Unhand me.
She's dead. You know what can happen. We had to fight our way through the undead just to get here. Is that what you want her to be?
Do not instruct me on my own life's work. You've done your job. You may leave the mountain.
Sir, I won't allow you to do this. They both stood and glared at each other. Saren reached for the potion, but Apolimesho pulled it away.
Young man.
In their struggle, the potion tipped into the casket. They froze with the liquid sprinkled across the skeleton. The bones started to rattle. The clothes on its body started to mend. As Apolimesho wanted, the body was animated. But no flesh covered its bones. The skeleton sat up and picked itself out of the coffin.
Gwen?
The skeleton stood stoic for a moment and then faced Apolimesho. The stars.
My daughter.
Apolimesho smiled and opened his arms. The skeleton moved towards him, but not to return to his embrace.
We have no time for this. We have no time for this.
Flood is so useful for this goddamn mission. Holy heck. Gotta love that flood. Gwen was destroyed. But so became Apolimesho. He kneeled by the remains of his daughter and wept.
Why? Why did you give your life when I was so willing? You had so much potential.
Saren gave Apolimesho the time he needed to truly make peace with his daughter's death. He had spent so much time in the idea that she could come back that it was clear he had never allowed himself closure. Saren started to restore Gwendolyn to her coffin. Apolimesho was still on the floor, refusing to let go of Gwen's embroidered cloak.
Her mother gave this to her. It was the one day she was admitted into the Magic Academy. She insisted on fighting alongside me in the war. Her mother forbid it, but I took her anyway. The day I came home without her.
He squeezed the fabric. How did she die? Apolimesho slowly stood with much effort. Saren finished replacing the tomb.
She sacrificed herself in my place.
Sacrificed?
Our foe was too strong. She knew what had to be done, and she did it before I could stop her.
I'm sorry. She sounds like a very remarkable woman. Silence filled the tomb once again. Apolimesho turned away.
We need to return.
Apolimesho swallowed his sorrow and took belabored steps to make his way out of the tomb. When they reached the entrance, and they felt the sting of frigid air again, Apolimesho visibly weakened. He leaned heavily on his staff and shook. Saren crouched in front of Apolimesho. Allow me to carry you.
Nonsense.
You don't need to pretend with me, Archwizard. Let me take but one of your burdens. Apolimesho muttered and sighed. He eventually caved in and allowed Saren to carry him on his back. The trek back to camp felt twice as long. When they were back, they both needed a long rest. Before Apolimesho retired, he caught Saren's ear.
You were a decent help upon the mountain.
Saren smirked to himself. I'm interested in knowing what it would take to garner higher praise if Phaleg's journey on my back is only decent. After his breakdown in the tomb, Saren thought he would never see Apolimesho smile again. But then he was proved him wrong just then.
Good night.
Apolimesho disappeared into his tent. In time, Saren would learn that Apolimesho's alchemy had stopped and his findings scrapped. After seeing what his work had ultimately led to, he decided it was a dangerous slope, and it needed to end with him. Apolimesho treasured the cloak that he had recovered from his daughter as a way of coming to terms with what happened after so long. Cloak of the Fallen. That's fucking depressing. That is fucking depressing. Okay? That's fucking depressing. That is motherfucking goddamn depressing. I tell you that much right now. That's poof. There. Equip your daughter's cloak, man. You could use that boost and whatever. Huh. That was oof. Alright. Hey, this is RPGatWill. I hope you liked this episode of Loren the Amazon Princess. If you want to check out some of my other material, you can click on my channel link below, or you can even subscribe if you'd like. I like to do some silly songs on the side, along with my RPG work. If you want to see some more group-oriented stuff, there's another channel called Gaming Idiots TV that I take part in. That's where we do all our group stuff, so I'll provide a link below if you want to check it out there. See you next time.